Alright, so today I would like to have a look through this here 2025 Farmer's Almanac. The Old Farmer's Almanac. This is a publication that I have never looked at before. Let's see, this is number 233. Okay. This is a publication by Robert B. Thomas, founded in 1792. So this has weather forecasts for 18 regions of the United States. And let's see, there's some different things written around the edges here. Let's see what that says. The original Farmer's Almanac, useful with a pleasant degree of humor. It says new, useful, and entertaining matter. Also featuring astronomical tables, tides, holidays, eclipses, etc. And down at the bottom it says sun, moon, stars, and planets. Okay. So I've always wondered what was inside of these things. Not sure why I've never looked at one. So in the contents here, you can see there's a lot of different categories. We have 2025 trends, fun facts and forecasts defining today and describing tomorrow. Okay. There's advice, how to be cool when you're not. Okay. There's also amusement. Snug as a bug in a hug, essay contest winners, mind manglers, anecdotes and pleasantries, and words of wisdom. There's also astrology. Not sure what's included there. Astronomy, of course, all has to do with the weather. Eclipses, bright stars, the twilight zone, meteor showers, the visible planets, astronomical glossary, the planets of the solar system, and the trouble with space rubble. There's a calendar, and it also tells you how to use the almanac. List of the different holidays and their dates. Let's see, the tides, farming, okay, fishing. So there's a lot in here. Not sure what we'll get to look at today. Folklore. There's food. I always have to add a little something extra in these things. Recipe contest winners. Okay. I'm wearing glasses. I just got some glasses. I don't need them very badly, but they do help when I'm looking at the computer and far away, so I decided to start using them. Lots of things about gardening. Tune into the moon. Planting by the moon's phase. Home remedies. Spilling the tea. Husbandry. Gestation and mating tables. Miscellany. Table of measures. We've got something about pets here. Cat curiosities explained. Sports. Baseball's true north. And weather. Lots of different things here. How we predict the weather, weather phobias. Tells you how accurate was our forecast last winter. Weather regions, forecasts by region. Alright, so that's a lot. So it starts off with predicted trends for 2025. Not sure how much detail I can get into here. Let's see, a new wave of young agriculture specialists will have a keen understanding of AI. An engineering degree may be just as relevant as a traditional degree from an agricultural college. Okay. Robo farms on the rise. Solar-powered robots are now able to spray weeds with precision. 13.5 billion is the estimated value of the global agricultural robotics market. It's right here. The changing farmscape. Let's see, it says in transition. We are currently at the onset of one of the largest wealth transfers in the history of the United States, with approximately $24 trillion in real estate assets slated to transfer over the next 20 years or so. As the current population of farmland owners continues to age, it may be possible for aspiring landowners to acquire land in the coming years, assuming that they have the means to capitalize on these opportunities. Prices have increased across the country. Here are some fun facts and fascinating forecasts. That's here on this side. Defining today and describing tomorrow. So let's see. In the United States, 2.67 million domestic bee colonies are making honey. My sister has a beehive at her house. I asked her to make me some videos of her bees. Well, does that sound interesting to you? I think it does. What else here? Scientists are using bee vectoring, and that is, bee vectoring with specially designed hives to allow bees to transport trace amounts of naturally derived pest control powders to flowers, blueberries, apples, and tomatoes. Farmers are controlling pests naturally by installing structures like songbird and barn owl nest boxes and raptor perches. By the numbers. We're talking a lot about the farm stuff. I should try and go through a little bit. There are 1.9 million farms and ranches in the United States. There are, 116,617 farms selling directly to consumers. There are 296,000 plus producers under the age of 35. 58% of farms have at least one female decision maker. Okay, see some trends here in the garden. Many people are looking for vegetables and herbs that they can grow in smaller spaces. There is a significant increase in the popularity of dwarf plants. And we've got here some numbers again down here. It says, what do our gardens grow? 76% are flowers, 55% are vegetables, 50% are house plants. Those numbers don't. I don't get the numbers, the math. Okay, more trends for this year. Working herbs. Gardeners are interested in growing an assortment of herbs that have culinary, medicinal, and decorative uses. In-demand herbs are calendula, chamomile, holy basil, lemon balm, and yarrow. Okay, some people have their indoor gardens. Right here is a quick snack cucumbers. Quick snack cucumber produces handfuls of small, crisp, sweet cucumbers over a few weeks. It can be grown inside near a sunny window for a handy, healthy addition to a sandwich or salad. Sharing is caring, another 2025 trend for here. It says to reduce food waste as well as to meet the neighbors, folks are placing excess homegrown produce in front of their home, posting their location on a digital map, and waiting for people to come and pick it up. Okay, down here, Good Eats. It says instead of traditional menus, holographic images of food items will be projected onto tables, allowing diners to view 3D representations of a dish before ordering. Okay, that would be interesting. I showed that one to my husband because he likes to see pictures of the food, what it's going to look like. He wants to know that what the menu says is actually what he's going to get. Let's see. People are talking about virtual reality dining experiences with digitally crafted meals to stimulate taste buds. By the numbers, the most popular dinner time in the United States is 6:19 p.m. I think we eat later than that. 68% of discarded food is still edible. 21% of restaurant diners admit to splitting entrees to save money. Here we have the French Bulldog has been steadily rising in popularity and has finally eclipsed the Labrador Retriever. The love for Frenchies shows no signs of stopping as their adaptability, portability, and friendly disposition make them irresistible. do know a lot of people that have those kind of dogs. And another trend, vacations centered on food, with chefs serving as tour guides. I love that. That's one thing I always look for in reviews when I'm looking for places to stay. I want to know what people are saying about the food. It's so important. This is all about pets. This is all about trends for the home. Around the house. Different colors that are popular. Let's see. Home buyers, particularly first-time purchasers, are actively exploring alternative forms of housing and financing in response to the persistent challenge of affordability. Buyers are considering non-traditional financing options like borrowing from friends and family, or co-ownership with friends or family. Looking a lot at fixer-uppers, foreclosures, and tiny homes, or a super commute, buying homes that are 2 or more hours from where they work. And by the numbers down here, it says 66% of United States adults are homeowners. 27% of homeowners live in a community governed by a homeowners association. 28% of households are single person. And 2,374. That is the average square footage of a new single-family home. Amenities that are on demand in housing. I'm not sure if that's communities, what type of community, but there's 3. Pickleball courts, saunas, and boxing gyms. Okay. The top returning remodeling investments are an HVAC conversion, a garage door replacement, manufactured stone veneer, entry door replacement, and vinyl siding replacement. Different things about culture, cultural trends. Let's see. 43% of people surveyed said that the middle seat passengers are entitled to both armrests. Keeping up appearances. A trend is casual clothing like t-shirts, shorts, jeans, and swim trunks are being professionally tailored. And why not? Also trending, tattoos of barcodes that play songs when scanned. Kindness pays. 17% of respondents have paid someone else's bill. 19% of American flyers have given up their seat to someone. This is all about money matters. The top states in which to retire based on affordability, well-being, health care, weather, and crime rates. So the top 5 are Iowa, Delaware, West Virginia, Missouri, and Mississippi. And this is a nice trend I see. Consumers are buying experiences instead of more stuff, and are buying less stuff overall, reflecting an emerging minimalist mindset. Health trends. Fragrant essential oils like rose, orange, lemon, peppermint, diffused while older adults sleep, have been shown to boost cognitive performance. So just, let's see, coming soon. And what else? From habit tracking to the real-time monitoring of our blood sugars and vital signs, health tech will be in the palm of our hands or even affixed to our skin. More health trends. In development, mattresses that sense trouble in falling asleep and then send a signal to external speakers to play soothing sounds. So at work, the outdoor boom will extend all the way to the outdoor home office. People will work from balconies, in gardens, or even in the woods. Let's see, some more trends. Job growth. Skills-based hiring is doing away with the paper ceiling, requiring a college degree for many jobs. This one I think is a great idea. Personalized benefit plans allow employees to pick and choose from an array of benefits. So, let's see. I'm sorry if gardening topic would be something you'd like to hear about. I guess there's some sort of controversy that has to do with tomatoes. Don't really know what that's all about. It says you're not chicken, right? Then why haven't you started a backyard flock? In recent years, the bohemian suburban family with a chicken coop has gone from being rare to being everywhere. For a good reason. While chicken keeping has its challenges, it comes with many practical and emotional benefits. I haven't bought a carton of eggs at the market since my first flock came of age in 2018. And given the superior flavor and nutritional value of backyard eggs, I don't miss the store-bought ones. Okay. Maybe one day. I don't know. I don't know how that works with a dog. I don't know how my dog would react 2 chickens in the backyard. Paddling in the past. This is all about adventure. Farming smarter, not harder. It's a whole article there. Let's see. Beeswax candles. Sorry, I should have marked some pages to know what I wanted to take a look at. We can just list the 2024 recipe contest winners. So one is the red, white, and blueberry cheesecake bars. That's this one right here. Also, we have maple roasted butternut squash pudding cakes. That sounds really good. That's this one here, I guess. That's what it looks like. Looks like that's what that is. Okay. So it's the third prize for $100. Wait, did the other ones win something? Oh yeah, so first prize was the first one, and that one won $300. The pudding was $200. So the third prize for $100 is New Year's Day sauerkraut. This one here. Honorable mention, Mom's Christmas caramel corn. That's this one here. And that's all of them. But it does say down here, if you want to, enter next year's, this year, 2025 recipe contest, the category is tomatoes. So it's got a great recipe using tomatoes that is loved by family and friends. Send it in and it could win. Secret of the Snowpack Avalanche near Telluride, Colorado. That's a picture. So I guess that's just an article about the occurrence of avalanches. There's a lot in here. Not sure how much I can get through. Lots of ants. So it does give some weather, the general weather report and forecast. Now you can see it's got 2 maps here, and there's a lot of written weather forecast here. I'm not sure if that's something I can really read in detail. It's a lot of information. Maybe I can. The weather. Okay. So, I guess summer. So winter, it says temperatures will be above normal. Above normal, except for along the southeast coast in much of Florida, the Ohio Valley, and western Great Lakes. In the spring, temperatures will be above normal from the Atlantic coast and northern Florida up into the Appalachians, eastern Great Lakes, and eastern Ohio Valley. From the deep south in Texas, Oklahoma, up into the heartland and upper Midwest, from the high plains and intermountain west into the Pacific Northwest and in Alaska and eastern Hawaii. They will be near to below normal elsewhere. Skies will be drier than normal in New England and southern Florida. Lots and lots of different things here. Summer will be hotter than normal, except for near to below normal temps in southern Florida, from the northern Rockies into the Pacific Northwest, and in Alaska and western Hawaii. Rainfall will be above normal in central and northern New England, southern Florida, the lower Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, Hawaii, and southern Alaska, and near to below normal elsewhere. Watch for tropical storms from Florida through southern Virginia and from the central Gulf Coast into Texas in mid-July, in Florida and Texas in late August, and in Hawaii in late September. The best chances for hurricanes will occur in Texas in early August and Louisiana in late August. Autumn temps will be above normal from Delmarva down into the southeast and Florida, in the deep south, southern plains, heartland, high plains, and intermountain west, from Arizona to the west coast, except for the southern Pacific Southwest and in Alaska. They will be near to below normal elsewhere. Not sure if that was helpful, the way I read it. Here's the eclipses here, in case you're into that. March 13th and 14th. We have a total eclipse of the moon. This eclipse is visible from North America. March 29th, we'll have a partial eclipse of the sun. It will be visible from northeastern North America. September 7th, a total eclipse of the moon. This eclipse is not visible from North America, although a brief period of the penumbral eclipse will be visible from Hawaii and very western Alaska before the moon sets. And then we will have, on September 21st, a partial eclipse of the sun. This eclipse is not visible from North America. It is visible only from the South Pacific, New Zealand, and parts of Antarctica. And then we've got the moon's path. The moon's path across the sky changes with the seasons. Full moons are very high in the sky at midnight between November and February, and very low in the sky between May and July. Also gives a full listing of all of the dates of all of the full moons for the year and up until through 2029 actually. Bright stars, the twilight zone, meteor showers. Twilight is the time when the sky is partially illuminated, preceding sunrise and again following sunset. The ranges of twilight are defined according to the sun's position below the horizon. There's different types of twilight. tells you where and when they will be. Just a whole page on all of this. Principal meteor showers. There's all different names for them. Best for viewing them. There's a whole table down here, which I'm not going to go into because I don't understand it myself. I'm sure if I read it. Let's see, the visible planets, so that's interesting. Listed here for Boston are viewing suggestions for and the rise and set times of Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn on specific days each month, as well as when it is best to view Mercury. Okay, so we've got Venus here, Mars. So let's see. Let's just give an example. We've got Jupiter, up here, Saturn, and down there is Mercury. Let's just look at one. Venus has been beloved by civilizations for centuries. In reality, though, space probes report wood stove-like surface temperatures of 850 degrees Fahrenheit and an atmosphere made up of thick carbon dioxide laced with sulfuric acid droplets. Still, Earth's sister planet and closest neighbor has a dazzling brilliance that keeps our eyes glued its way. Venus starts off the year brilliant after sunset and remains a riveting evening star until descending into dusk's twilight on March 9th. After an inferior conjunction on March 22nd, the planet quickly shifts to being a morning star that endures until mid-November. Its 2025 highlights include an extremely close pre-dawn meeting with Jupiter on August 12th and a three-way conjunction with the Moon and Leo's bright star, Regulus, on September 19th at 6 a.m. Okay, so there's a full listing here of all of the dates of the rise, I guess, of Venus, if you would like to know when to be able to see all of the different planets in the sky. Well, the ones that we can see. Here's a glossary of astronomical terms. I'm sure there's plenty of things that I've never heard about before. Let's look at one. Precession is right here. And when they speak of precession, that is the slowly changing position of the stars and equinoxes in the sky, caused by a slight wobble as Earth rotates around its axis. Okay. The planets of the solar system. So this is pretty interesting. I would maybe like to read that in full one day. It's just a lot of information right now, but it's all about each planet and it gives some facts. For instance, we have Mars, reddish surface due to oxidation. It's a canyon system. Not sure how to pronounce it. Val or Valles Marineris is a canyon system that is 10 times the size of the Grand Canyon. Olympus Mons is largest volcano in the solar system. The mean temperature is negative 85 degrees Fahrenheit. The length of a day is 24.6 hours. The length of a year is 685 Earth days. It has two moons, Phobos and Deimos. The structure, the core is made of iron, nickel, and sulfur. The rocky mantle and a crust is made of iron, magnesium, aluminum, calcium, and potassium. So that's Mars. And here's just a calendar of the heavens, and it does tell you how to use it. I'll have to look at that another time. It tells you all about the tides. The calendar pages are the heart of the Old Farmer's Almanac. They present sky sightings and astronomical data for the entire year and are what make this book a true almanac, a calendar of the heavens. In essence, these pages are unchanged since 1792, when Robert B. Thomas published his first edition. The long columns of numbers and symbols reveal all of nature's precision, rhythm, and glory, providing an astronomical look at the year 2025. Alright, so there is a lot of details in here, but it does tell you how to read it if you're interested in that. Okay, talks about why we have seasons. The seasons occur because as Earth revolves around the sun, its axis remains tilted at 23.5 degrees from the perpendicular. This tilt causes different latitudes on Earth to receive varying amounts of sunlight throughout the year. In the northern hemisphere, the summer solstice marks the beginning of summer and occurs when the North Pole is tilted toward the sun. The winter solstice marks the beginning of winter and occurs when the North Pole is tilted away from the sun. The equinoxes occur when the hemispheres equally face the sun. At this time, the sun rises due east and sets due west. The vernal equinox marks the beginning of spring, and the autumnal equinox marks the beginning of autumn. In the southern hemisphere, the seasons are the reverse of those in the northern hemisphere. Okay, Skywatch. I don't know what any of this stuff. Not sure if you can see all of that information on those tables there. November tells you each month. December. This is what they were talking about, how to really actually use this book as it was first intended to be used, I guess. Goes through each month. All about farming for each month of the upcoming year. June, July, Glossary of Almanac Oddities. Many readers have expressed puzzlement over the rather obscure entries that appear on our right-hand calendar pages. These oddities have long been fixtures in the almanac, and we are pleased to provide some definitions. Once explained, they may not seem so odd after all. Okay, so let's see, we have Midsummer Day. Let's see what that means. June 24th is Midsummer Day. To the farmer, this day is the midpoint of the growing season, halfway between planting and harvest. The Anglican Church considered it a quarter day, one of the 4 major divisions of the liturgical year. It also marks the feast day of St. John the Baptist. Midsummer Eve is an occasion for festivity and celebrates fertility. Let's read one more. There's a day that is called 3 Chilly Saints, and it's in May. Mamertus, Pancras, and Gervase were 3 early Christian saints whose feast days on May 11th, 12th, and 13th respectively are traditionally cold. Thus they have come to be known as the 3 Chilly Saints. An old French saying translates to Saint Mamertus, Saint Pancras, and Saint Gervase do not pass without a frost. And let's see, spilling the tea. Home remedies. Next to water, tea is the most widely consumed drink in the world. Peace, happiness, and joy are possible during the time I drink my tea. So it's a whole article about statistics and benefits of tea. I would like to read that. Snug as a bug in a hug. So I'm a person who likes to hug as a greeting, but I've kind of come to realize I think some people don't really like it. I don't think. There's some people. It's just like something that my family has always done. We just hug to say hello. I know lots of people do that, but I don't know, maybe some people think it's too much. So it says we wrap our arms around others to say hello or goodbye. We embrace during times of joy and sorrow. Hugging is a universal language with many meanings, including thank you and I'm sorry. Hugging is such a fascinating cultural phenomenon that scientific studies have determined just how important a hug can be to our well-being. It says hugs for health. There are no rules as to how long a hug should last. It comes down to what the situation calls for. On average, a hug lasts about 3 seconds. If you want to enjoy additional health benefits, hang on for a little longer. Adults that received a hug lasting at least 20 seconds from a supportive partner prior to a public speaking event showed an increased level of oxytocin, which has been linked to reducing blood pressure and cortisol. So, There's a lot of things about hugs. Hug Day. When the calendar turns to January 21st, I have a special person who has a birthday then. Prepare yourself for a few extra hugs. Started in 1986 by Kevin Zaborny in Caro, Michigan. National Hugging Day was created to promote the values and benefits directly related to love and kindness through the power of consensual hugging. Now here, on this side, there's some interesting facts. In the Italian village of Valdaro, archaeologists unearthed skeletons of a man and woman buried together face to face, with their arms and legs entwined. The lovers of Valdaro were discovered in 2007, but their story is much older. Experts have estimated that the pair, thought to be no more than 20 years old at the time of death, lived some 6,000 years ago. And here are some Guinness World Records about hugging. The largest group hug was 10,554 people embraced at the Rideau Canal in Ottawa, Ontario in 2010. The longest group hug, Stephen Radigan, Brian Cawley, Nikki Kearney, and Robert Twomey huddled together in Castlebar, Ireland, and remained locked in a group hug for 30 hours and 1 minute, and that was in 2019. And then we have the most couples hugging. 5,730 pairs gathered in Bergamo, Italy on July 3rd, 2016. Tune into the moon. There's a little quote here. Tune into the moon. The sun's immense power over Earth and its creatures is scientific fact. In many people's eyes, to endow the moon with equal power is to embrace fairy tales and ghost stories. Seems about right, but I always blame everything on the moon. Okay, a lot of stuff about the moon here. Something smelled fishy. It's a little section on fishing. Okay, how to catch a smelt. I don't think I'll get too much into this. Pan-fried smelt. There's a recipe. I love eating seafood that looks delicious. Let's see. The trouble with space rubble. Meet Bennu, our solar system's most dangerous asteroid. Let's see, the asteroid, which is considered to be a near-Earth object, potentially holding the essence of life itself, could possibly collide with Earth on September 24th, 2182. Okay. It says, will it hit us? Bennu's orbit poses the risk of a collision with our planet in the 22nd century. The Osiris maybe, Rex mission studied the Yarkovsky effect, which is a consequence of radiation warming that can cause an object's orbit to drift, and found that multiple outcomes from Bennu's gradual inward drift are still plausible. In that year, 21, I think I might have said 85, no, 2182, until the orbit is well understood until the year 2135. But in September of that year, Bennu passes between Earth and the Moon. Due to gravitational interactions during this encounter, Bennu's subsequent trajectory isn't certain. In most scenarios, it misses our planet and continues on its journey around the Sun. In other models, Bennu enters a trajectory to strike Earth, with the most likely impact occurring on September 24th, 2182. The cumulative probability of any Earth impact through the year 2300 is small. Okay. Just more about astronomy. Save the date 2029. Osiris Rex, if I'm saying that right. That's the one I was just talking about. Is now on its way to visit another near-Earth asteroid, Apophis. When it was first discovered in 2004, Apophis was also believed to be on a collision course with Earth. So it was named for the demon serpent who personifies evil and chaos in ancient Greek mythology. Apophis was determined not to pose an imminent threat once its orbit of the Sun was tracked with optical and radar telescopes. It's good to know. Baseball's true north. That's this page here. Baseball. Not sure what that means. The surprising Canadian origins of America's favorite game. So it says Canada exports two things to the United States: hockey players and cold fronts. And Canada imports two things from the United States: baseball players and acid rain. All right. Just says, I'm not going to read the whole thing here. Baseball may be the national pastime of the United States, but the game has deep roots in Canadian soil. From the earliest first-hand account of a game of baseball played in Ontario in the 1830s to the Canadian teams and players who have been leaving their marks on the sport ever since, there is a rich history to share. Okay. Home of the first recorded baseball game. Welcome to Beachville. See that right here? Not sure if that's just a sign outside. So this has a lot more than the Farmer's Almanac stuff. It's kind of random. Well, here is the article about how to be cool when you're not. Must could either be talking about temperature or being cool, and it's probably the temperature. Some like it hot, but if this is not you, try these tricks when the mercury climbs. Yes, I really prefer cold. Wet your whistle. The best thing that you can do for your body in hot weather is to drink lots and lots of water. Even a hot drink can cool you down because it will make you sweat, and you'll then feel cooler as the sweat evaporates. Mint condition. Although the way in which menthol tricks our nerve endings into perceiving cold wasn't fully understood until 2022, what does this say? It's been long noted that the chemically induced cool sensation that we get when we taste or touch something minty. So let menthol activate your cold sensing ion channels by having a peppermint iced tea or showering with mint infused gel. Relief by the slice. Why do we say cool as a cucumber? Because chooks are 96% water. They are 96% water, a higher percentage than that of any other fruit or vegetable. Fashion flow word. We understand that in the heat it's best to wear loose-fitting cotton or linen clothing that's light in color, because such shades reflect sunlight rather than absorb it. Homemade AC. In 1881, as President James Garfield lay dying from an assassin's bullet, naval engineers cooled his White House bedroom with an ingenious precursor to the air conditioner by rigging up a fan to blow air through cloths saturated with ice water. Make your own simple Garfield AC by placing frozen water bottles in front of an electric fan. If you add 3 tablespoons of salt to each 1-liter bottle, leaving space in each bottle for expansion before freezing it, the ice will start colder and melt faster, cooling the room a little more quickly. In dry climates, try hanging damp cloths or curtains over your open windows to cool the breeze. And a cool breath. Just reading each little tip here. It's got to be a little blurry. Its efficacy is yet to be confirmed in a lab, but an ancient yogic breathing technique, Sitali Pranayama, translates as cooling breath. Curl the sides of your tongue up and inhale slowly as if through a straw. Relax the tongue, close your mouth, and exhale through the nose and repeat. If you are among the 20% of people who can't roll their tongues, tongue rolling ability is influenced by genes, just draw your breath into your mouth through closed teeth. And lastly here, nap happily. The rise of remote work is an opportunity to revive the siesta. Australian Aboriginal peoples are among those who long have napped to avoid the heat. I thought it was because the heat made you feel tired, so it made you want to take a nap. In 2023, a study found that Indigenous Australians are less likely to die from the heat than non-Indigenous people, and posited that the Arvo afternoon nap may be among the smart cultural practices that protect them. Okay. So I have to read this part too. It says, sleep experts say that 20-minute naps in which you don't enter deep sleep are the most refreshing. One small Swiss sleep study found that nappers got to sleep faster and slept better when swaying in a hammock. And so when the temperature rises, hop in a hammock to maximize the airflow around your body. Yeah, it's easy to fall asleep in a hammock. This one is all about cat curiosities explained. So it's a kitty cat here. Find out what's behind your tabby's blepping, kneading, and hiding, not to mention catnip craziness. Okay. There's a lot in there. I'm not going to read all of that. My cat does not like catnip. I don't know why. She's never liked it. I try to force it on her, but rolling with the tides. In a sea of philosophy, myth, and lore. Much has been said about the nature of waters, but the most wonderful circumstance is the alternate flowing and ebbing of the tides, which exists indeed under various forms, but is caused by the sun and the moon. For centuries, ocean tides were a mystery, until the gravitational connections between the moon and sun and their effects on Earth's oceans were proven. Mankind used Earth's motion, mythical gods, underwater creatures, and magical gems to explain the tide's cyclical rise and fall. And it just goes into a long history of all of the different philosophers and their theories and studying of the tides. Okay, larger-than-life ideas. This would be interesting to read all of that. Let's see, here is Aristotle, Thor, Charybdis, Sir Isaac Newton. Lots of different stories here. Okay. How we predict the weather. Well, it says we derive our weather forecasts from a secret formula that was devised by the founder of this almanac, Robert B. Thomas, in 1792. Thomas believed that weather on Earth was influenced by sunspots, which are magnetic storms on the surface of the sun. Okay. And let's see, over here are weather phobias. There's a list here. I can name some of these. So, fear of clouds is called nephophobia. Fear of cold is either kelmatophobia or chelmatophobia or psychrophobia. And then we have a fear of dampness and moisture, and that is hygrophobia. There's also a fear of daylight and sunshine, that's heliophobia or phangophobia, phango or phengo. There's a fear of extreme cold, frost, and ice, cryophobia or pagophobia. There is a fear of floods, and that is antilophobia. A fear of fog. What is that? Homiclophobia or nebulaphobia. A fear of heat, thermophobia. We have a fear of hurricanes and tornadoes. That is lilapsophobia. A fear of lightning and thunder, astrophobia or brontophobia or keranophobia, Kerauno phobia. There's a fear of the northern lights and the southern lights, aurora phobia. A fear of rain, ombrophobia or pluviophobia. 3 more. A fear of snow is cyanophobia. And a fear of thunder, serranophobia or tonitrophobia. And then lastly, we have a fear of wind, that is ancrophobia or anemophobia. Right. Let's see, how accurate was our forecast last winter? It's right here. Our overall accuracy rate in forecasting the direction of precipitation departure for a representative city in each region was 83.3%, as we were correct in 15 out of 18 regions. One of our most anomalous precipitation forecasts for the Atlantic corridor worked out very well, as much of the area from Boston to Washington, D.C. recorded 125 to 150% of normal precipitation. The Pacific Northwest ended up a little wetter than we had forecast, while Hawaii saw a drier winter than we had anticipated. And there's just a map here of the different weather regions. And let's see, now I guess it just gets into, it breaks up each area of weather and gives a predicted little summary here for this year. And I don't think I will do that. It's a lot to read. But the regions are the Northeast and the Atlantic corridor. We have the Appalachians and the Southeast. We have Florida and the lower lakes. We have the upper Midwest and the heartland. We have Texas, Oklahoma, and the high plains. We have the Intermountain region and the desert Southwest. We have the Pacific Northwest and the Pacific Southwest. We have Alaska and Hawaii. And that's all of the regions. Let's see, we have Secrets of the Zodiac, Astrology versus Astronomy. The Man of the Signs. Ancient astrologers believed that each astrological sign influenced a specific part of the body. The first sign of the zodiac, Aries, was attributed to the head, and with the rest of the signs moving down the body, ending with Pisces at the feet. I did not know that. So I can just name what they are here. So as I said, Aries is the head, Taurus the neck, Gemini the arms, Cancer the breast, Leo the heart, Virgo the belly, Libra the reins, okay, Scorpio secrets, not sure what that means, Sagittarius the thighs, Capricorn the knees, Aquarius the legs, and Pisces the feet. Okay. So, this is the little one, astrology versus astronomy here. Astrology is a tool we use to plan events according to the placements of the sun, the moon, and the planets in the 12 signs of the zodiac. In astrology, the planetary movements do not cause events. Rather, they explain the path that events tend to follow. The moon's astrological place is given on the next page. So that's a chart. So it tells you where the moon's astrological place is in all of the different months throughout the year. Now, astronomy is the study of the actual placement of the known planets and constellations. The moon's astronomical place is given in the left-hand calendar pages on previous pages in the book. So they also have the dates in the best days table. They are based on the astrological passage of the moon. And that is here, best days. And there's like activities listed here. It tells you the best days for doing those things. It's based on the moon's sign and shows the best days each month for certain activities. So of course I can't list all of these things, but for instance, the best day to begin a diet or lose weight in January, it says, is the 19th or the 24th. The best day in January to cut your hair or discourage growth is January 19th and 20th. Alright, and we'll do one more. The best day in January to have dental care, January 16th through the 18th. It's interesting. There's lots of different activities listed here. Okay. Best fishing days, and that would be a good one to know. The best fishing days when the moon is between new and full. So down here is a simple little table of each month, which days are best for fishing. In January, it's January 1st through the 13th, or the 29th through the 31st. Gestation and mating tables. I guess for different types of animals. All different kinds. Dogs, cats, sheep, rabbits, pigs, horse, goat, cattle. Planting by the moon's phase. Frosts and growing seasons. I give you a table of measures here. Metric conversions. There's so much random information in here. The title glossary. Some classified ants. So we have a lot of classifieds here. Master Spiritualist Brother Daniel. 55 years experience helping all matters of life. Okay, we've got a phone number there. Lots of psychic readings listed here. To call the Old Farmer's General Store. We're coming to the end. I would like to read these. These are the 2024 essay contest winners, and the topic was the best money I ever spent. Well, you know I have to read that. We received hundreds of amusing and moving anecdotes and stories. Thank you to all who submitted entries. All right, we'll read the first prize, of course, and that one won $300. It was an uncomfortably warm day as I sat on near empty bleachers watching my son race bicycles. A few rows behind me, a young family was also trying to watch their son through the dust. With them was another son who looked to be about 7, bored. It was easy to overhear the escalating frustrations on both sides. Then I heard, "What are you going to do with that rock?" "I'm going to sell it." "Nobody's going to buy a rock that you just picked up under the bleachers." A few moments later, I heard a little voice ask, "Ma'am, would you like to buy a rock?" "How much?" I said. $1, he replied. I reached into my purse and got $1 for him. Then behind me I heard, "Where did you get that money?" "I sold the rock." "For $1? Then I heard laughing, encouragement, and praise. No more frustration. He had become their budding entrepreneur. That was the best money I ever spent. Should I read one more? Okay, second prize. This one won $200. I was hauling a shipment of Rocky Mountain oysters to Laramie, Wyoming on a Friday afternoon, and the last stop was at a small grocery store. As the lumpers were getting the truck unloaded to get a snack, a lady in the parking lot had a laundry basket full of puppies in the bed of an old Dodge truck. I hesitated momentarily, but decided that my newborn son might enjoy some company when I was on the road, and $25 wasn't a bad deal for a good-looking retriever pup. Fast forward 6 years or so, my son and his beloved pup, whom we had named Rusty, were playing out in the pasture when I heard a scuffle with a lot of barking and screaming. I ran out to find my son scared, in tears, and Rusty scratched up and limping, but seemingly in good spirits. After a short investigation, I came to find out that a bobcat or small mountain lion had been stalking my boy and Rusty as they were playing. If I hadn't spent $25 so many years before on a great dog, my son might not be alive today. Okay, there's a couple more stories there. And then they've also got some riddles, I guess. Maddening mind manglers. I love riddles. I'll have to come back to this one. I'll just leave you with one. This one is an all-star question. I am a word of 4 letters in which may be found a former ruler, a verb, an animal, a viscous liquid, a humanity, a conjunction, and a preposition. What words are we? Alright, I'm not going to tell you the answer either, unless you really want to know. Let me know. So they have little games in there, anecdotes and pleasantries. It's a sampling from the thousands of letters, clippings, articles, and emails sent in during the past year by our Almanac family in the United States and Canada. Okay, looks like that is about it. And then we have some words of wisdom and some famous last words. Alright, this one's by Benjamin Franklin. He said, "A dying man can do nothing easy." Okay, and that's it. So this turned out to be, I think, a long video. I knew it would be. I was trying to keep it as short as I could, but I wanted to go through the whole thing. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I did. I think I'll come back and maybe do some of the riddles or things like that. Sort of reminds me a little bit of a Reader's Digest, a little different. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.